Our nation is vast and beautiful, blessed with mighty rivers and life-giving water sources. Yet a quiet and unseen problem is growing within them. Small, almost invisible pieces of plastic have started to appear in the water we depend on every single day. From the sacred waters of the Ganges to the tap in your kitchen, these tiny particles are being found more and more often. Recent studies conducted right here in India have brought this issue to light, showing us a reality we can no longer ignore. These are not distant problems from other countries. They are happening right here, in our homeland, affecting our communities. One important study discovered a significant presence of these tiny plastic fragments flowing within the currents of the Ganges River, a lifeline for millions. Other research has confirmed similar findings in the tap water of several Indian cities, meaning the issue has moved from our rivers directly into our homes. It is a subtle invasion, one that does not announce itself with noise or color. So, what exactly are these microplastics we hear so much about? In simple terms, they are incredibly small pieces of plastic. Imagine a single grain of sand or a tiny speck of dust. Many microplastics are that small or even smaller. The official definition describes them as plastic particles less than 5 millimeters in length, which is smaller than a grain of rice. Because they are so tiny, they can easily go unnoticed by the naked eye. Yet they are present in our environment in staggering numbers. They are the broken down remnants of our plastic world, silently accumulating where they do not belong. These particles come from two main sources. Many are created when larger plastic items, plastic bags, plastic bottles and containers, are left in the environment. The sun's rays, the wind, and the waves of our rivers and oceans slowly break these items down into smaller and smaller fragments. This process can take hundreds of years, but it continuously releases a stream of tiny plastic bits into our surroundings. This is why a single plastic bottle discarded carelessly can contribute to pollution long after it has disappeared from sight. Understanding how these tiny plastic particles enter our water systems here in India is the key to stopping them. The journey often begins in our own hands and homes. When plastic waste is not disposed of properly, food wrappers, bags, bottles, it finds its way into open drains and gutters. During the monsoon rains, this plastic trash is washed into our local streams and rivers, beginning its long journey of breakdown. Inadequate waste collection services in many urban and rural areas mean that a large amount of plastic litter ends up directly in the environment, becoming a primary source of future microplastics. Another significant pathway is through our wastewater. Every time we wash synthetic clothes, thousands of tiny microfibers are released into the water. When we use personal care products containing microbeads, those plastic particles are washed down the sink and enter the sewage system. Many wastewater treatment plants can remove some of these particles, but they are not designed to capture all of them. Treated or sometimes even untreated wastewater released into our rivers and lakes carries a hidden load of microplastics. The presence of microplastics in our drinking water naturally raises a very important question. What does this mean for our health? While scientists still work to understand the full picture, the potential risks are a serious concern. The first and most direct risk comes from the physical nature of the particles themselves. When we ingest these tiny foreign bodies, they can cause physical stress to our cells and tissues. Some animal studies suggest accumulation could lead to inflammation in the gut and in other organs as our bodies try to deal with these indigestible invaders. Beyond the physical risk, there is a chemical threat. Plastics are not pure. They contain many chemical additives to give them specific qualities like flexibility, color, fire resistance. Chemicals like phthalates, bisphenol A, BPA. We do not have to look far for evidence of this growing problem. Researchers in our own country are providing us with crucial data. A notable study conducted by the Delhi-based organization Toxics Link found microplastics in tap water samples collected from several locations across the country. This finding brought the issue from our rivers directly to our kitchen taps, demonstrating a clear pathway for human exposure. It confirms that this is not a hypothetical risk, but a present reality for many Indian households. Globally, the concern is just as strong. In 2019, the World Health Organization released a landmark report on microplastics in drinking water. The report stated that current evidence was limited and did not suggest widespread risk to human health at present levels, but it strongly called for more research and a precautionary approach. The WHO emphasized that we urgently need to know more about how much microplastic people are consuming and what the long-term effects are. Another area of concern is the food chain. Indian researchers have found microplastic particles inside fish and other seafood harvested from our coastal waters and rivers. Knowing about this problem can feel overwhelming, but we are not powerless. There are simple, practical steps each of us can take in our daily lives to reduce our exposure and help solve the problem. At home, consider using a good quality water filter. Reverse osmosis ultrafiltration ceramic filters. These systems can be effective at removing very small particles from your drinking water. Another easy change is to reduce your reliance on single-use plastic bottles. If you have access to safe treated tap water, use it. Carry your water in a reusable bottle made of stainless steel. Carry your water in a reusable bottle made of glass. Our consumption habits also make a big difference. When shopping, consciously choose products with less plastic packaging. Look at the labels of personal care products like face washes. Look at the labels of personal care products like scrubs. Avoid products that list polyethylene on the ingredients. Avoid products that list polypropylene on the ingredients. Beyond our homes, communities have a vital role to play. Our government has a vital role to play.